What's up, YouTube? Today I'm gonna remove the intercooler brick from the supercharger lid. Figured I'd make a video, just kind of go over it. So the reason I'm gonna take it off is to clean it. As you can see down at the bottom, I sprayed some braking parts cleaner through it, and it really cleans and brightens it up, gets all the gunk and everything off of it. Probably try to clean some of the oil off of it that's on it and remove it. So there's the blower. That's where it came off of. So I've already removed the blower off of the car because I'm doing a lot of motor work, changing out the short block, as you may have seen in my other video. And so now today I'm gonna clean this up so that it'll be ready for reinstall. So first I'm removing the 4 10mm bolts at the bottom, and then we're gonna have to get it to slide out of here where there's gonna be 2 O-rings. So first I'm gonna take the 10mm bolts out, all 4 of them off of the brick, and then see how far it's gonna slide backwards. If I run into the back of the lid, then I'm going to have to take these 2 Allens out and pull that forward off of it. So I've seen in the videos of the Cadillac LSA lid for the CTS-V, on those CTS-V lids, there's room on here for the brick to slide out the back and for you not have to remove the manifold at the front. But on the ZL1, we'll see if there's enough room or not. There might not be. So I'm gonna remove those 4 bolts, see where it gets us. All right, I'll also say before we go too much further on your manifold up here, after you take the lid off, you're still going to be able to get a bit of coolant out of the brick. So in order for you not to get it all over you, take your supercharger lid with the brick in it and pour out the coolant that's in there so you don't make a mess. I took out all 4 10mm bolts. Here you can see about how much it slid back before we have bottomed out on the bottom side of the lid. So I just used a big straight blade screwdriver and just gently pried a little bit right here between the brick and the manifold itself. As you can see, just being gentle, it doesn't damage it. It didn't dent it or anything. So just be real gentle, take your time. I just kind of wiggled it back and forth a little bit and used that screwdriver, but that didn't get the job done. So we're gonna have to make some room. We're gonna take out these Allens, and these 2 Allens are 5mm. You'll need a 5mm Allen to get those out. So we're gonna do that next. Okay, I've taken the 2 Allens out. That's about how big they were. And after taking both Allens out, I mean, I was able to move this forward with my hands. It wasn't very hard to pull out of there at all. It wasn't seized up or nothing. So I just pulled it forward a little bit. Then as you can see, we still have the brick on there and it's loose now. So it'll move all over. So now should be able to take and just move it nice and easy. Let's see if we can get it out. There we go. It's out. So you've got two rubber O-rings on there that go up into the manifold. And now our brick is free. So as you can see, this side is rather clean. The other, that's the side that your now cooled air is coming out of from the blower. It sits, give y'all an idea. It sits just like that. So your air's going in, compressing, and then going through your brick, which is then cooling it. And then once it comes out of the brick, it comes out the top of the brick into the lid and then disperses back into each cylinder. So I have yet to clean up the blower. That's also on the list to do. And I'll probably also do some porting work on it as well, and maybe also make a video of that. So next, I'm going to clean up the brick. All right, so just like I showed you on the oil pan, I'm just using basically the cheapest brake and parts cleaner you can find. I haven't found any need to spend any more than you have to on brake and parts cleaner, and we're just gonna clean this up. As you can see, just spraying that brake and parts cleaner in there cleans it up real nice. So I'm just gonna finish blowing all the junk out and cleaning it up and prepare it for reinstallation. So now I've got my intercooler brick all cleaned up. Cleaned it up with the brake and parts cleaner like I showed you, and then just sprayed it out with a little bit of compressed air. I put a little bit of white lithium grease on the O-rings to slide into the manifold real nicely. And then also I did a little bit of cleanup. If you can see it just a little bit in there. So where the manifold part here pushes into here, where the intercooler brick pushes into the manifold, the amount of material in here in the factory piece is not asymmetrical. And when I put my finger in there, you could feel just a few ridges. So I just went ahead and cleaned it up with my Dremel tool and just with a little sanding disc. Just kind of cleaned it up a little bit. Obviously you don't want, you know, a bunch of restriction in there or a bunch of roughness. So I just tried to make it a little bit better than it was. So next we'll be putting the manifold in. Let's see here, just like so. Put the manifold back in, and then after the manifold's in and still loose, I'm gonna install the brick and gently press it up into there, up into the manifold. All right, now the intercooler brick is back into the manifold. It went in nice and easy with the white lithium grease. Now I'll line up the holes and install the Allens on the manifold, and then install the 4 10mm under here to hold the brick. All right, all 4 10mm bolts are in. The supercharger lid brick is all cleaned up, looking like new. Got both Allens tightened up, everything sealed up top. I will say those 4 10mm bolts there that hold in the lid brick are very, very hard to take and put in. For some reason, they go in very tight. They had some Loctite on them from the factory, and I also added a small dab of Loctite, blue Loctite on them as well. So take your time putting them in. Be careful when installing them, and it's going to take a little bit of patience because they take a little bit of elbow grease putting them in. So if you would, please give me a like, and not only like this video, but also subscribe, please, to help me out. And I'll keep on trying to bring other videos. of other things I'm doing on the CTS-V, and hopefully get back to some live action here soon once everything's put back together. So thank y'all very much.